Malviya, the BJP by round number 3 was predicting a wave. The Trinamool Congress by round number 7 was saying we are well ahead, we are winning the last 4 rounds. Our numbers are showing a tight contest region by region. Is this not therefore a wave election? Would you concede this is a localized election that's been fought district by district?
Okay, Rajdeep, I have a few things to say. I've just looked at your numbers. First of all, I have a lot of respect for the work that pollsters do, but I also realize that pollsters don't get it right all the time. And in Bengal in particular, in 2019 general election, no pollster gave the BJP 18 seats. The best that I remember was a projection of 7, and yet we won handsomely. The reason why I'm saying this is because Bengal, as far as this assembly election is concerned, does not have a precedence. The BJP has never been a force to reckon with in the previous elections, and therefore, for anybody to stick their neck out and say that the BJP is going to have a landslide is going to be far-fetched, and that's what we are seeing with all pollsters trying to do a balancing act, and yours is no exception.
No, but your party said it. Amit, it's not the pollsters. Your party said that this is a landslide. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I still maintain that, Rajdeep, that we will win handsomely. We will get to our target of 200. While you've given an edge to the BJP and you seem to believe that it's a close contest, I am absolutely certain that it isn't. And the BJP will do exceedingly well. And if you're patient, I can tell you the reasons for that. If you're in a hurry, we can go on to the next question.
Please do.
Thank you. The fact is that this is an election where people have voted for change. They clearly want the TMC and Mamata Banerjee out. They may have not told this to your pollsters for various reasons, but the fact is that the sentiment on the ground is overwhelmingly to see the back of the Trinamool Congress. Now, Mamata Banerjee has run the most decrepit government you can imagine. She has run a brazenly appeasing government. She's run a government which has not focused on law and order. She's run a government where welfare programs have reached only a select few, and most of them happen to be TMC cadres. So when we travel to villages and small Mufassal towns and met people there, we realized that the beneficiaries never got what they should have got from the government. It was only the rank and file of the TMC that continued to benefit. For example, Amphan, the money that the center sent, which was upward of 3,000 crores, went straight to the kitty of the TMC cadres. So this culture of cut money, the extortion that was happening at the bottom of the pyramid, the ration not reaching the intended beneficiary, people seeking money for every possible thing, even something as small as a 1,000 rupees support for the widow and the pensioners had to be shared with the local TMC strongman. And given the kind of extortion that TMC cadres had unleashed, people were absolutely angry. And if I can use the word, they hated the TMC and they wanted it out. And that is exactly what you will see on the 2nd of May.
So you're saying that there is anger against the TMC. Our poll has not picked up. At the end of the day, we have to today go by our poll numbers. Our poll has not picked up the anger. Instead, they seem to be picking up that, yes, there is anti-incumbency in some parts, but there is also a large Mamata Banerjee vote that still remains intact. She's getting 44% of the vote as per our poll. And the charge that she and her party are making is that you have tried to make this election Hindu-Muslim. Just as you are saying that you have tried, that Mamata Banerjee has attempted in a way to do Muslim appeasement, she says all of this is an attempt to make Hindu-Muslim politics, and you have done better in the seats with a strong SC-ST population, where you have played this politics. What is your response to that?
Okay, Raji. When you look at Bengal from a distance, perhaps Delhi, it seems like a homogeneous state. But when you go deep down inside Bengal, you will find that it has several layers to it. And most people visiting from Delhi, journalists included, and pollsters alike, do not necessarily get that. The fact that you said that we have done well in seats which are dominated by SC/ST is for a reason, because the aspirations of these class of people have been overlooked for the longest time in Bengal. If you talk about the Matua community, the Rajwanshi, which together constitute 35% of the 27% of the Dalit population in the state, it makes for a very large chunk of people who had been denied their aspirations and were overlooked as far as governance was concerned. Then you talk about the tribal belt, the Purulia, the Jhargram, the Bankura, and also the tribal belts in North Bengal. All of them had not got their due from either Mamata Banerjee or the left that governed or perhaps misruled the state for 34 long years. But can I just make this final point, because you love to talk about Hindu-Muslim all the time. I thought
No, Amit Malviya, you're being a little unfair. My job is to tell you also what the other side says. It cannot. They argue that you have tried to make this election, you have communalized the election. You, on the other hand, seem to be suggesting that this is much more anger against Didi.
Well, Rajdeep, I understand that you have a job to put the other side to me, and you do it very well. In fact, you speak for the other side all the time. So let me respond to it.
That's not true, but go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. You are entitled to take your pot shots. No problem.
All right, thank you. By now, you should have got used to my pot shots. So
I have got used to it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. The fact is that in the 10 years that Mamata Banerjee was in the office, she made sure that the Hindu of the state was a second-grade citizen. She appeased the minorities to the point where the Hindus lived in fear. She ensured that Saraswati Vandana was stopped in the state-run schools. She ensured that people had to go to the courts to seek approval for Durga Puja Visarjan. She ensured that Urdu got primacy over Bengal. Now, these are real issues. And if you think that the BJP, by raising these real issues, made this Hindu-Muslim, then I really doubt your understanding of people's aspiration of the state. And when I mean the journalistic fraternity.
No, please don't say you all. When you say you, I start wondering when did I analyze an election the way Amit Malviya is saying, but I'll leave it at that. Amit, you made your point. You're saying that you're saying it's well beyond the Hindu-Muslim binary. There are other issues which have decided, according to you, this Bengal election in favor of the BJP.